What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning, everyone. Salute, salute. Hope all is well with you all this Saturday morning. Let's see, it is May 2nd. This year is flying by already. We're about to get into summer, and I don't know, it just seems like everything's been flying by as well as going in slow motion at the same time. If that makes any sense. It's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But I hope that you all are doing well. It is a beautiful day here in Kansas City. Hopefully it's a beautiful day where you are at. Let me see, what is the temperature? Because it's been kind of, is it 45? It's been kind of cool, cooler than normal, I think, for May. Right now it's 55. It started out as like 45, so I don't know. In Kansas City, there's no telling. The weather does whatever the weather wants to do, and we might get all four seasons within a week. Shit, might be within a day. All right. So there's no telling, but it feels good out. The sun is out. There's no clouds in the sky, and it feels good. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be up in the 80s, 82, mid 80s. So no telling. Shit, it might snow tonight. Leave it to Kansas City. You just never know. Well, there is a lot that we wanted to talk about today. All right. There's a lot going on, as you all know. There's always a lot going on. So make sure that you grab your favorite living libations. Y'all know me. I got my coffee. And I went ahead. I think the last time that I went live, I had talked about I had just got like a little mini Keurig, and I'm still loving that. Still enjoying that. I did buy like a what do you call it? A sample pack from Starbucks. I don't know if I'll do that. I think I might just stick with my regular smuggler type stuff. So I ended up buying some, I think Folgers regular Keurig cups, right? So that's what I've been sipping on within the last week or two. Unfortunately, because of my migraine, it just tastes like cream water. So I'm playing like I can taste it, but I really can't. And that is all types of fucked up. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. Needless to say, I am still enjoying it because I like the fact I always felt that with the full pot, even though I only made one cup, I just felt like I was wasting so much coffee. And consider the fact of how much coffee is in the Keurig cup compared to how much coffee I was putting in the traditional coffee pot, means that I probably was wasting a lot of coffee. So I'm happy with my purchase and with my coffee selection. I may try a different you know what? One of my favorite types of coffee was that Death Wish. Maybe I'll get those Keurig cups because that is a stronger blend of coffee. Maybe I can actually taste that. You never know. I think that's what I'll get with my next go round. So make sure you all hit the like button. Comment below y'all's favorite cup of coffee or coffee blend. I did just open my teas, but so far I just have been happy with that. I don't know if you remember from the last show about a variety pack of teas, carrot cups, and so far I've gotten it was turmeric and ginger, and I probably didn't give it the attention that I need with the sweetener. I did buy the monk sweetener. If you all have tried the monk sweetener, this is whether you're listening live or you're listening to replay, comment below and let me know what you think. I'm not certain how I feel about it. Matter of fact, let me go get it real quick. I'm not like the initial taste of it. It's okay. But then, like a couple of seconds after enjoying the sweetness, it has a taste, an aftertaste. So I didn't put that in my tea. And then I also tried the what was it? It was the lavender and I think chamomile blend. And I ended up adding honey to that. But I'm still not certain about this monk fruit. But it said it's like 15 times sweeter than sugar. So like 6 of these drops is equal to 1 teaspoon of cane sugar, and 18 drops is equivalent to 1 tablespoon of sugar, of cane sugar. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to give it a fair shot just to see. And okay, so it says ingredients: monk fruit extract, and it has natural flavors from flax seeds, which is kind of stressful because what? Like what the oregano, which is kind of stressful because oregano is not sweet, and then it says and the fruit. So I don't know, but it's 0 calories. I don't like stevia. I don't like stevia. Stevia is also kind of like you have to get the amount just right, and if you go half a pinch over the right amount, it tastes like diet sugar to me, diet sweetener. So, there are some beverages already blended together that sometimes I can do, but I can never get it right. I can never get it right. So, I don't know. Y'all comment below, let me know what your favorite non-sugar sweetener is. And what is that? And I'll try it out. I will try it out and see how it goes. So that's that. Got my coffee, got my water. So as you all know, shout out to all my Taurus folks. All right, we are officially in Taurus season. We've been in Taurus season since, let's see, it started in April 20 or April 19th, I believe. That's when Taurus season began. I do have a blog out on TONAJE astrology, so make sure you check that out. But shout out to all my Taurus people. That is an energy in and of itself. And so just to kind of tap into that energy, Taurus, the Taurus slows down. It's the earth energy, right? So we're in an energy of being grounded, being practical, of course, sensuality, because Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, is into that sensuality. And right now, the Taurus energy is it's connected to the physical world, to the material world, to things that make you feel good food, good everything, anything that makes you feel good, that is tangible is what the Taurus season is all about, right? And so to tap into this energy, if you're desiring to like create stability within your life, this is a good time to focus on like finances and long-term security. This is a time, like I said, to indulge in the pleasures of the senses, right? And it's like I said, good food, rest, right? Again, beauty, touch, all of that, right? This is the energy. And again, like I've said before, we live in seasons, cycles, right? And the cycles, like every year is Taurus season, every year is Aries season, right? But the placements, the additional placements of the planets, is what shifts the energy to be interpreted a different type of way, as well as how it is hitting our uh, personal planets, our personal natal charts. So we always have to kind of keep that in mind as well. Um, so during this time, you just kind of want to slow down. I did do a video on TONAJE astrology where I talked about, some days you feel amped up, you feel hype, you feel ready to go. And some days you just don't feel it, right? And the moon changes every couple of days or every couple of hours, right? And so our moods change with that. So knowing that, being in the know of that, and knowing yourself, you kind of understand why you may be in the mood that you're in, right? Because let me see if hold on, let me see, where is the moon at right now? Okay, so the moon is still in Scorpio. Full moon in Scorpio with a full moon. So it's every couple of days, not every couple of hours. I think my moon changes every couple of hours. But every couple of days, the moon changes to another sign, right? So yesterday began the moon in Scorpio, full moon in Scorpio. And I know that every time the moon goes in Scorpio, because my sun sign is Scorpio, and everything is connected with everything. Everything is connected with everything. I get in my fifis. It just is what it is. My son, my youngest son, called me yesterday because the people that he's working with have been going off the chain. I told him, I said, well, it's a full moon in Scorpio, so anytime there's a full moon, there's a lot. It's a full moon, and the moon is emotions, is feelings, right? And anytime it's a full moon, it's a lot. And so depending on where it's hidden in your full moon, like I've said before, it is said that hospitals ramp up on people. They hire more people during that time. I'm told that like the police and the emergency people, they ramp up people during that time because people can tend to lose their mind or get overly emotional. And again, that is where the term lunatic came from, because Luna is the moon, right? And then once the moon is in Scorpio, it's not, the moon in Scorpio is not necessarily a benevolent energy, right? Scorpio can mean, it's a very, very intense energy. So it's just nice to be mindful and be in the know. Anytime I get my feeds, if I'm typically kind of aware of where the placements are, but if I go a couple of days and I just, maybe been focused on something else, and then I find myself, okay, I'm in a mood, I always pull up the chart, see where everything is at, see where it's hitting me in my houses. can just kind of make the adjustments, and also learning to be a little bit more uh, gentle with myself, allowing myself a little bit more grace, if you will. So now during this Taurus season, you want to make sure that because we know that our Taurus babies are jealous, or not jealous. Well, they are kind of jealous, but they're stubborn, right? We know that. And so in this energy, we can find ourselves a little bit more jealous than normal, right? So you want to make sure that you are adapting to the energy. You're not refusing to grow and expand. You're not just saying no for the hell of it. All right. In this energy, you also want to make sure that you're not overindulging, because again, this is the time to indulge, but you want to make sure that you're not over indulging, that you're not doing too much, that you're not eating too much food, that you're not spending, because Taurus, ruled by Venus, is also money. So you want to make sure that you're not spending too much money. I mentioned rest earlier, but you want to make sure that you're not just laying around just doing nothing. All right, so laziness could rear its head during this time, as well as just seeking comfort in any and all things. You just want to be mindful of that, and make sure that you're not resistance to change by clinging to what feels safe, right? Uh, you want to be mindful of that. This is the time to expand, right? Expand and grow, but at a calm pace, right? Possessiveness. We do know that our Taurus babies can be a little possessive, right? They're the ones who don't want to share their best friends with their best friends of their best friend. Make sure that you're not holding on to money too tight, right? Or that you're not uh, doing things that may compromise your financial integrity, and that you are not trying to hold on or be in control, hold on to control too tight, right? Make sure that you're holding on to something, or be mindful that you're not just holding on to something because it's familiar, especially if the energy is kind of prompting you to go past that. So again, this is the energy to learn, and learn how to balance your comfort with evolution. So for our Taurus babies and those that are tapping into the Taurus energy, because Taurus season is not just for our Taurus babies. Again, we are all experiencing this experience together. And when the sun is in the sign, that energy is shining down on all of us. So, I love my crystals, I love my stones, okay? And since we're focusing in this Taurus season for being grounded, being stabilized, as well as attracting abundance, again, with the Aries energy, or with the Venus energy. Venus rules money. Green aventurine is a very good stone. Of course, that's for love, prosperity, and heart healing. We also want to get a hold of some rose quartz. Rose quartz is like the onion powder and garlic powder of recipes. It's just like a all-purpose stone, right? So rose quartz is going to bring in that self-love, that softness, as well as emotional balance, because we always want to strive to be balanced, right? Pyrite, which kind of looks like a like a metal, looks like a dark silver stone. That's going to bring in the wealth, confidence. It's also a good stone for manifestation. Smoky quartz. Now, everybody has heard of the clear quartz, right? But there is a smoky quartz, and it looks just like the clear quartz, but it has like a slight brown, smoky, could be brownish, could be grayish tinge to it, right? And that is, for grounding and releasing negativity. And malachite, all right? So that is transformation through emotional truth, right? So when you're doing your meditation, you want to hold these stones, just feel the energy that they embody and that they are giving out. You also always want to rinse your stones off. You can rinse. You want to cleanse them before you engage with them. So you can rinse them over cool water. You can do. Sometimes what I do is I'll rinse them over cool water, and I'll sprinkle some salt on it, and I'll rinse them again. You can also like bury them in the earth to help the earth pull the energy out, and then you dig them up, rinse them off. You can also set them in the sun so the sun can charge them, or you can set them in the moon so the moon can charge them, right? But again, you want to just hold them, feel the energy, align their energetic, uh, align like their energetic. Uh, what's the word I want to use? What they stand for with what you are aligning your energy for. So I don't know if I said that clearly, but say for instance, if you're wanting to focus on that self-love, that softness, and the emotional balance, you will hold on to that rose quartz. Okay. I'm always going to say touch the ground for our earth people, our earth signs, chakras, earth element people. Um, Always going to suggest that hug a tree, sit on the earth, and that's it's good for all people. But during that time, the energy is magnified, right? With your clear quartz, you can also put them in your spiritual baths. Y'all know I am a water sign. I'm always going to recommend a spiritual bath. You can put those stones in your bath and just allow that energy. You're making a crystal and stone soup, and the main ingredient is you, or a tea, I guess I should say, right? You can put them by your bed, put them in your pillow, in your bed, put them in your workspace where you are at. Some people actually put them on their person. There was a crystal. They still might be there. I just haven't been there in forever. Called White Light. I believe the original owners left Kansas City. I can't remember where they went. But it was a husband and wife store owners. Right? The wife, she was very, eccentric, eclectic. She was the spiritual one in the duo. And the husband, he was kind of like the support system. He ran the cashier. She did the readings and, gave the intuitive, that he was the one who, helped you with the stuff that was in the store, that scheduled your readings. And so one day I went in there, and he had crystals and stones. He had some wrapped around one leg, some wrapped around the other. He had some wrapped around his stomach with tape. It was very interesting. So all that says is, some people do keep them on their person. For the ladies, you just drop them in your brassiere. Guys, You can put them in your pocket, or you can wrap them around, get some tape, and wrap them up like another man did. I am also into the herbs and the incense, right? So somebody's car alarm is going off, and it is irritating my whole entire soul. At any rate, um, because well, I'm always into the crystals and the stones and the herbs and the incense. I love me some incense, right? I am always burning incense. As a matter of fact, I'm still rotating with my OM incense, my Nag Champa uh, ropes, and my what's the other one? Oh, frankincense and myrrh by him, HEM. So I'm still burning through that. For this particular season, if you want to tap into the season, again, Taurus about this, those senses, the scent, the earth energy. All right, so basil is good for abundance and success. And what I really like about when you're dealing with your herb magic or your incense magic, a lot of this can be found in your kitchen, right? Because you think about it, before organized religions, before this, before that, we lived in nature, and nature was our religion, right? And we communed and communicated with nature, and we engaged with nature, and nature is what uh, we tap. That energy is what we tapped into, and that hasn't changed. You know, so basil and every herb, every spice, it has a spiritual meaning, a spiritual slash magical meaning, however you want to say it. So with that basil is abundance and success, right? And what you can do, you can get those instant charcoal, not like the barbecue charcoals, but there's actually charcoals that's made for incense. You can order them online, and you light it, and wait until it catches on fire. It'll like glow like a regular charcoal, and then you put your incense, your combination incense on that, and then you could do a tea. You could do that. If you don't want to do the charcoal, because I know some people are against the charcoal because it is charcoal, you can get a pot and put these ingredients in there, put the water there, and just let it boil and let that aroma, uh, just go all throughout your home. Thyme, thyme is for courage and grounding. Okay, mint is to refresh your energy and prosperity, and then your rose petals is love, beauty, self worth. Right? Because Mars, Venus is love, is beauty, is your self worth. Right. Did you all know you can eat rose petals? Like there are some rose petals that you can actually eat. I mean, you can make rose petal tea. Um, Incense. All right. So sandalwood, one of my favorites. I like the pure sandalwood dust. Of course, it is a little pricey, but it smells wonderful. So that's going to be your grounding, and sandalwood calming and grounding. For an earthy, abundance attracting incense, is patchouli. Now that is really earthy, really really earthy. I like to add that to my bath as well. You only need a couple of drops. You want to mix it in really good, but that's a really deep scent. I absolutely love it. Vanilla is going to bring that comfort and sensuality. All right, because again, we are talking about Venus up in this mug. Vanilla is just like it's an all-purpose scent and flavor as well, right? Vanilla you will find in everything, just about everything. The base flavor is vanilla, and a lot of perfumes and colognes, that base scent is going to be vanilla. And then finally, my favorite, frankincense, right? I like the frankincense and myrrh as well. It is going to be spiritually elevating with the sense of ground. Um, it's you want to, when you're doing your meditation, or just when you're doing your Saturday cleaning, or just in general, having these things going is going to shift the energy. It's going to help calm you down a little bit, slow you down a little bit, and help you to tap into uh, the grounding energy. Right now, for me, for the ultimate ritual, you take all of this to the earth, to the park, and you have your incense burning, you got your tea going. You can do your herbs on the coal, or like I said, and with your crystals and your stones, you set them all around you, and you just relax, you calm down, you slow down your soul. Okay. Now, also for rituals, right? If you're not a earthy person, which I don't know a Taurus that's not really, that don't love the earth, you know. Uh, but if that's maybe not available to you, you can plant something that is a good ritual to tap into this Taurus energy. Or just, get an earth bowl, right? And with that earth bowl, what you want to do is you want to get very quality soil and put it in a bowl. And it can have a size of a bowl, but you want it to be big enough you can put your hands in. And this is, I guess, for the people who may be in city life that don't have access or can't just go to the park. And just, do everything that I said with the incense, with the crystals, and just put your hands in the earth. Because the earth is the earth. Now make sure it's real soil, but the earth is the earth. And just put your hands deep into it and absorb that energy. You can actually add your herbs to that soil. You can put your crystals in that soil. That could be your own little personal earth altar. You can put your crystals on top of it or inside of it. Mix up your herbs, and then just, when you want to plant your feet and you want to stick your hands in there and just feel the earth, and visualize roots coming from your feet and connecting with the earth, going deep into the earth, helping you be grounded, stable, and solid. What you want to say, you can say it out loud, you can say it inside. I am grounded, I am secure, I am supported in all that I belong. You can say, I call in stability, abundance, and a life that feels good to me. And again, it's just tapping into that energy, tapping into the earth. Another good thing that you can do is buy a plant. Touch the ground, touch the earth, touch nature in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So once again, happy Taurus season to my Taurus babies and all of us, because we're all experiencing Taurus season together. All right. All right. Make sure you all hit that thumbs up button. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't. Thank you to those that are listening right now and those that will be listening in the replay. If you are a Taurus, comment hashtag Taurus. If you have a moon, a rising, or a Venus, Taurus moon, Taurus rising, hashtag Taurus moon, Taurus Venus, or Taurus rising. Alright? Alright. Now, I'm going to talk briefly about this moon that's in Scorpio. Now, right now, the moon is still in Scorpio, but it's a waning giddiness now, right? So it's on its way to getting smaller, right? So this is how you want to release. And like I said before, moon in Scorpio is very, very intense. Very, very intense. And, this is the time that you want to get rid of that which no longer serves your highest good, right? You want to tap into anything that is going to bring about deep transformation, truth, things that you need to investigate in the emotional power, right? It's letting go of toxic attachments, reclaiming your personal power, and going into that deep healing, and deep inner work, that dark night of the soul type of energy, because that is what shows you yourself. A person who's not afraid to see themselves, the dark side of themselves, because we have a light side and a dark side, right? Everybody is cool with the light side, but a lot of people aren't cool with the dark side. But learning who you are, the dark side of you, is what brings growth, and it brings that deep healing. It brings emotional breakthrough, right? And it allows you to see your toxic side and how to let go of that toxicity, which doesn't serve you any good. Okay, so during this time, you just want to make sure that um, you're watching if you're being triggered, right? That you're not reactive, not obsessive, right? Especially around certain situations, thoughts, people, let go of that. That Scorpio energy can bring about jealousy and possessiveness, control issues, right? So make sure you are monitoring and checking yourself on that. Okay. Scorpio energy, moon energy, that's emotion. Scorpio energy is the intense. So, making sure you're not shutting down, you're not holding grudges, that you want revenge instead of healing. And I know it may be hard, but, in the season of growth, now that, I ain't gonna hold you now there. I will hold a grudge. I'm still holding a grudge for, I think, 10 years, one about 5 years, what about 15 years. Some things you just, that is, as a Scorpio, that's just a part of us. All right. And it affects us differently than maybe someone else that it hurts to hold grudges. But we do want to be mindful in this energy that we're in, right? Power struggles is another thing. So just make sure that people might be coming to try to pump their chest. Try not to get involved with that, because it's like you already know. You already know. All right. Let's see here. So, again, kind of like along the same energy with the Taurus energy, go outside, take a walk, breathe deeply, and try to redirect your focus if you feel that you are being tested, I could say. Now, during the Scorpio moon energy, again, you know me, spiritual bath. So, Epsom salt or sea salt. You can add a little bit of activated charcoal to your bath. All right, that helps absorb negative energy. That sea salt, Epsom salt is going to help. It's a deep energetic cleansing that brings about with the Epsom salt, sea salt, uh, spiritual energetic detox. Um, you could do lavender and chamomile to help calm intense emotions. We're the Scorpios. It's always intense for us, right? But it may be a little challenging for those that are experiencing this Scorpio moon energy. And then you can get like cinnamon stick to help activate your personal power and transformation. Cinnamon stick or like just cinnamon, sprinkled cinnamon. So, I'll briefly go through that since the moon still is in Scorpio, but it's waning, right? So just try to focus on getting rid of that which is irritating you. And this is people, places, and things. Scorpios will let something go and will never look back. And this is a good energy to do that, right? Because we're not in the season of allowing people to waste our time. Life should be enjoyable, and the people that we are around should be enjoyable as well. And if you got someone that is constantly just a walking red flag, this is the energy, let it go. And Scorpio, or you who's listening, if you are that toxic person, get it together. This is the energy to let it go. Each day that we wake up, we have the ability to transform into something great. All right. All right. So, for those who are in these YouTube streams, I'm not really certain if it's hitting the news. I think that it probably is hitting the news. Speaking of toxic behavior, right? And that is the Celeste Rivas Hernandez and the David, also known as D4VD Burke. Now, I don't know how many people have been following this very, very tragic, very, very toxic, very, very unfortunate, tragic. It's just any negative word that you can think of, any disparaging word you can think of, it would apply to this case. Right? Now, I, of course, have done chart readings for Celeste, and I've also done a reading for David. Now, I will be this upcoming week do a chart for their couple dynamic, right? This is, and I may even drop the link for people. In fact, let me get the link ready because I would like to see what other people are thinking about this situation. I'm gonna drop it. Yeah. Drop it here. computer. Okay. Drop it. Bam. Right, and then I am going to pin it. Right. So if you want to come up and let me know your take on this, because this has been especially big in these YouTube streets. There's a lot of content creators doing content on it, and like I said, it's just overall tragic. So for those who don't know, David, he began as a streamer. So I guess he played the games. I don't know, mind you, y'all, I'm 54, so I don't know all of the terminology. I might even make up some terminology, right? But he's a streamer. He was a streamer. And I guess he had like a Discord account. So I guess that's where it's like I guess a chat room where people can talk and communicate. And I'm assuming watch him stream. But so anyway, he would play the games. I guess he had an audience that played the games, because that's something that kids do. They just watch other kids play the games, right? And I guess he was trying to play music while playing the game, but then his channel or whatever would get struck down because it was copyright material. So I guess his mom encouraged him to make his own music. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna, you know me, I'm gonna pull up the charts, because that's what I do. Okay. And so his mom suggested that he make his own music, and so he began to make his own music while he would stream. Now, I guess there is no age limit. Well, I guess it's kids playing, right? It's kids playing so in these games. So I guess that's what they do. So I guess there's no age limit, but I really think that they should kind of hone in on that, because from what I'm hearing, especially about like the Roblox or something, it's just a breeding ground for those who prey on the little ones. So in his Discord or streaming platform or what have you, Celeste was in, and probably a shit load of other kids that was in there, right? And they developed I guess probably a friendship, because I think what I am hearing is that they chatted in the stream for a minute and then eventually started chatting personally. All right. Again, there's people who have gone down this rabbit hole if you want the play-by-play details. I'm just kind of going over what I know. And so what I have heard is that in 2022 is when it began. Now, you got people that say she was 9, I've heard 10, I've heard 11. It's when they first started communicating. Now, he is, 5 years older than her. So when she was 12, he was 17. Okay. And from what the content creators have said is that they started talking, they started a relationship. Now, she was a repeat runawayer. All right. I don't know how many times she had ran away, but she was a runaway, right? And I guess she would go back, run away, go back, run away, go back. And she used to do that before she got with him, right? I don't know, but hold on, I'm going to put the date that she was Celeste alive. Um, Hold up, yeah, because I'm also pulling up the charts as well. I can tell you that from my vantage point, from an astrological vantage point of looking at his chart and looking at her chart, that mental issues, I believe mental issues was on both sides. I really do. Just by what I'm saying, I believe that mental issue was on both sides, right? We do know that he was pulled out of school and was homeschooled for like 4 years, and like, wow. Now, typically if kids are doing good in school, you don't pull them out. Now sometimes it could be overstimulating, it can be too much. That could have been the reason why. I think it was something else. I really do. But long story short, they began this relationship. Now, pause. Let me go back. The music that he created was very, very odd music. And in interviews, he had said that since he was kind of sheltered from people, kids, what have you, all of his friends were like in relationships and he was not. And so the music that he created, it was like love music, but he created, like, typically when people create love music, they fantasize over it being positive and idealistic, right? But the love music that he created ended in heartbreak and despair. And I thought that was very interesting as well. Because why would you, if you've never experienced something, why would you eventually have it ending in despair? Most people would fantasize about it being perfect. So that, again, was another factor for me. All right, hold on, I need to add something to this chart. And so that was one of the things that stood out as well. It's like, why would you create a fantasy but make it dark? So a lot of the dark, and he had a lot of dark music centered around relationships, and a lot of it was created before he met her, right? Or before he got into a relationship with her, right? And like I said in the reading, is it art imitating life or is it life imitating art? Regardless, he drove that vehicle, right? He created his own reality. He created his own downfall. And, just looking at his chart, because I put his chart up, with the placements that he has, he would always be self-undoing in relationships. He would always be the one to set up his relationships for failure. That is just the dynamics that he had in his chart. So that makes more sense as to why he would just default to things just going bad within a relationship. Not to mention the placement. He would always be his partner's hidden enemy within relationships. She, just with her placements, she's a Virgo, he's an Aries, and I can tell you that we know she was running away. She was a very rebellious child. She rebelled against her family, her parents, and just even the position that she held within her family, right? And I do believe that that may have stemmed from a level of mental illness as well, right? Although she was very intelligent, she was a very intelligent person. She was more mentally intelligent than he was, more mentally mature than he was, although she still was very much a child. But he was very childlike as well. And I think that that is one of the reasons why he tried to connect with her, because mentally they was on the same page. But it clearly she was mentally ahead of him, because seemingly she was kind of black. I don't want to say blackmailed him. When she found out that he was messing with other girls, she knew that she was in an illegal relationship. She wasn't naive to that at all. And when she found out that he was messing with other girls, she defaulted to, okay, well, I'm just going to destroy your life. Since you were destroying my heart, I'm going to destroy your life. I don't think that he was expecting that out of her. I think that he was thinking she was more naive than that. But I do believe that in her young life, just based on her Chiron placement, that she has been through more socially than he has socially. He has a lived experience would put him an advantage over her. But I think that she, just with her placements, because you gotta think about it, she's a Virgo, so Virgos are naturally analytical, right? This isn't your typical uh, at the time of her passing 14-year-old that's playing with dolls and toys and stuff like this. She had already experienced a level of life that he didn't probably think that she had. So she had a couple of one-ups on him. But even the fact that she may have been more mentally mature than what he thought, she still was a kid. And he shouldn't have engaged in that. He should have just left her alone. But I think he thought that he could, and he did manipulate her. We're not going to play like he did not manipulate her. He definitely manipulated her. But I don't think he was ready for that comeback. And I do think that he set up the situation, like I said, creating and undoing in relationships, right? So I think that he set it up because he knew that they can never be nothing more than just doing illegal activities, just with the fact of their age difference. And there is, I guess, a text thread of her saying, all we do is have sex and hang out. I want more out of my life. Now that right there tells me that she had a level of maturity that he wasn't expecting. It sounded like she wanted an actual relationship, and I think she felt like she was in an actual relationship. And he just thought he was playing with some young girl. So fast forward on, because she was like, hey, and he knew that because there was a live feed where she was on live with him, and he was like that he's media trained her, because I think the persona that they were giving everybody that was watching them was that they were just friends, even though I do believe the people that was around them knew that it was more than that. But he was like, in this live, I've media trained you, and something else he said, and then she said, what, by sexually assaulting kids. That's what she said. So she was already on that time of, because she knew it was wrong. He knew it was wrong. So he knew that she would do exactly what she said she was going to do. And so, in his Aries mind, impulsive mind, the only thing that he could come up with was to take this girl out. And that's what he did. And if people rag on the parents saying, well, why would they let their teenager hang out with a grown man? Well, if you look at the Michael Jackson uh, documentaries, people let their kids stay the night with a grown man that they didn't know. So, and like I said in the reading, I do believe because she was a handful, I do believe that they thought that they could trust him. I don't believe that they thought that she would end up like she did. But I think they kind of thought, well, and then also, if she keeps running away, how can you keep her home without it being considered some form of abuse? As far as like lock her in the home, how can, if she climbing out of windows and she's doing this and that? So I think allegedly, this is just my thoughts, but they felt, okay, at least we know where she's at. And I'm sure that they probably told the parents, well, he's just a friend. He's just this. We're not. He's just, I don't believe that her parents initially thought it was anything more than them hanging out. Now, his parents, I believe him, because he took her to meet his parents. And I can tell you by his natal placement, his mama hated her. And like I said in his reading, I do believe that it's going to be more people that get charges or get brought up. I do not believe that this boy acted alone. Man, young man, whatever, acted alone. I do not. And like I said before, he had a lot to lose because his career was up and coming. But he wasn't the only one that had a lot to lose. Whoever invested in him, whoever was in partnership with him, if he got exposed for messing with this young child, everybody was taking a loss. So in my mind, everybody is a suspect. Everybody that was around him, everybody, including his parents. Including his parents. So, right now he's been arrested. Both sides are bringing up the paperwork on him. They dropped, like, the prosecution. If you look at the paperwork for that the prosecution has against him, I don't even know why there's going to be a court case. I don't even know why. Hold on for a second now. Hold on just a second. Just one moment. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, I do. I believe that more people are going to be brought up on charges. Now as car, uh, he did not act alone. And, but the paperwork is saying that because her last days, or last day on this earth, he called for her. They were fighting in text. He called for an Uber. She took an Uber there. He tried to play like the Uber never showed up. So he's like, "Where are you at? Where are you at?" But the record showed that the Uber did deliver her at his house. The next day, now they're saying that within 30 minutes, he took her life. Now I'm like, okay, well, how do you know it was within the next 30 minutes just because he texts, trying to create an alibi? Because that's what that was. He was trying to create an alibi. But how do we know that her life ended within those 30 minutes? Because they also said they found some drugs in her system. We know that he took a knife or something and punctured her in a way that she would bleed out internally and slowly. Because he was also into gore and torture. What is it? Sadism? I don't think I said that right. But, where you like to feel pain, you like to give pain. And he was also into like anime, which I don't know anything about that, but I guess it's a form of anime that how he killed her is like a playbook to a certain type of anime. This was a ritualistic, uh, what's the word? Pre, what's the word? Help me, y'all. What's the word I'm thinking of? Premeditated, ritualistic sacrifice for his own pleasure. And when I say pleasure, I mean exactly that. Now there's talk out there that he in this because she was uh, mutilated, that he cut off two of her fingers, the ring finger and the pinky finger and the ring finger that had his name tattooed on her. There's talk that he may have cannibalized her fingers, and I believe that he probably did, so that she could always be a part of him. This goes very, 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 very deep, very, very deep. Okay, I have someone at my door. I'm going to take a break. If you all wanted to join me and give me your take on that, we can have a discussion when I get back. All right, we're going to take a few minute break and I will be back. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. All right. right, good people. Sorry about that. I am back. Oh, so I don't see anyone pop. Want to come and see what they feel about it. Yeah, I will be very interested to see how this ends up. They are seeking the death penalty for him because it's premeditated. He was buying chainsaws and kiddie pools, and I do believe that after he chopped her up, he watched her decay because in some of his chat messages he was just typing decay. This is a very, very sadistic young man, and I'll be interested to see if he gets the death penalty. I will be interested to see what the defense attorneys come up with. Because like I said, this prosecuting people, just reading the paperwork that they submitted, and also there was child inappropriate film of her. I think they said it was just of her. First they were saying it was like of others. Last I heard it was of her and him. So that alone is going to get him some time. And if he don't get the death penalty and he makes it out, he will have to register, of course. Yeah, it's bananas. This whole thing is bananas. And it's like, it's absolutely, positively horrible. But at the same time, I believe this is coming. It's just that this one made it to the news. This one made it to the public's viewing. But having a young or an older entertainer entertaining young fans, young groupies, we're not gonna play like this ain't happened before. We're not gonna play like R. Kelly, his whole little entourage. Shit, we can go back to Elvis. What was the other guy? That has always been a thing. Now, most of those aren't as graphic as and had such a bad outcome like this one. But we not gonna play like it don't happen. And people are quick to turn a blind eye to people that they like. And I think it's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But I have posted the reading that I did for her and the reading that I did for him in this description of this video. So make sure y'all go and check that out. And make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel as well as TONAJE Astrology. I wish, because y'all know I am a court head, right? I love watching court cases. I love the whole action of the court case. But they're only allowing a limited amount of media people in there. I think it's like 30 people, media people in there. They can't have their phones. I think they said they can have their laptops and they can take notes. So just finding out who is there in real life and getting the play-by-play would be very, very interesting. But I am extremely interested to see how this turns out and to see who all else is named. I do believe that they're probably going to try to name the parents because I do believe that the parents was getting kicked off a little bit of money. I believe that. I believe he was kicking them off somewhere. They knew where she was at because there's some documentation of them calling his manager or emailing this manager, and the manager emailed him saying, "Hey, send this girl back." And a few days later, she went back. So they knew. I just don't think that they thought that they would end. Like, I don't think anybody, probably except for David, thought that they would end up like this. And I do believe that he purposely and intentionally set it up so that he could get caught. I do. I think this is all. And I also think that they're gonna say, because at first I was like, because other people have stuff to lose, did they set him up? You know, whether his friend, there's rumors that the little boy, well, I ain't even gonna say no rumors based on the text messages that was between the two. It definitely was some sexual energy between them. Let's just say that. It's just little Roham friend. And so my thought process what's the guy's name? I think his name is Neo. That's his friend. Was he jealous of Celeste? And he helped? Or did he orchestrate? I wish I had Neo's birth information. I definitely think that Neo helped him. But at first I was like, well, maybe he is the one while David, because right after the date that they're suspecting that she lost her life, he went on tour. So we know that, oh, you know what, I need to find out when exactly did he order the stuff, because, okay, so peep this. If he called her over because they was arguing and fighting, then say he ended up leaving to go, I forgot where they say, New York, I think they say he went, right? And say Celeste was still at his house, maybe with Neo. And then Neo may have took her for jealousy. And then David worked together with Neo to try to dismember her and get rid of her. I think that, like I said, in his reading, I can believe, expect the unexpected with this. Expect the unexpected with this. I think that there's going to be a very interesting twist and turn, as well as a very interesting tower moment in this. I really do. I think something's going to come out that even the prosecution didn't see. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I hate that the little girl lost her life. I'm looking at her chart, and if she had went down a different path, she could have been very, very, and made it to adulthood. She had a very analytical mind, right? And with that analytical mind, she could have got into law. She could have really, really made it far, because she was a very, very intelligent young girl. But she got distracted, like most young girls do. She got distracted at a very young age, and I do believe it was something that happened to her very, very young to set her on this particular path of being, boy crazy. Yes, she does have the markers of being boy crazy, and some girls are boy crazy earlier than others. But I do believe that something specifically happened to her in order to put her on this particular path. And I don't believe that, I'm certain that David was not her first older guy. It was word saying that she had dated another older guy before David. And with Saturn in her Libra house, if she hadn't made it to adulthood, that's is all she would have dated, would have been older guy. It just started too soon for this young girl. And I'm not saying that at 12, 13, 14, she could have been playing with dolls, but with her sun placement, moon placement, Mercury placement, she could have been putting her mind, elevating her mind to degrees that would have exceeded a lot of people. Lots and lots of people. When I pulled up her chart, Burke, which is his last name, he's in her Pisces house. He was hiding away in her Pisces house. It's crazy, it's bananas. That's one of the reasons why I love astrology, because it's all there. Everything is there. Everything is there. So I do feel sorry for that little girl, that little baby. She really could have grown into something very successful in her career, and like I said, in mathematics, she could have been an engineer. I'm seeing engineer. I'm seeing attorney, just with her placements. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. So I pray that she was welcomed into the ancestral realm, and of course, I hope that David is brought to justice. I hope that, and I believe, especially with all of these placements as it is now, because we have Saturn. So we got Saturn. Hold on. Fill up the current placements. Okay, so right now we have Saturn in his Aries house, his Sun house. All right, we got Mars, and we have Neptune. All right, and we also have Chiron still, as well as right now we still got Mercury. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 planets in Chiron. And Saturn in Aries, that's going to bring karma, right? That Mars is any type of violence, any type of action, with that Neptune there that was done in the dark, that was hidden, that was under deceit. With that Chiron there, it is any action that was done from a traumatic, wounded standpoint is going to be brought to light. We got Mercury there. You can see all the conversations that they had is being brought to light. So this is instant karma, instant revealing. This is what is currently in his house right now. So, I'm sure we'll do a follow-up to this, because it ain't over. is far from being over. Far from being over. So I think that's all I got. I think it's time for me to fix me something to eat, which I want to cry because I don't have anything set out and everything is frozen. Not happy about that. I want to shed tears of sorrow over that because that means I'm going to have to wait for it to thaw out before I can. I am excited that I went to the store. Since I'm in an apartment and I can't really barbecue, growing up, I don't recall my grandmother having a grill, right? I don't remember us having a grill. But she used what I'm using today, liquid smoke, which gave that flavor of barbecue grill. So I don't know what I'm gonna fix. The hamburger is unthawed because I just went to the store yesterday. But if I want chicken, or pork chop, that is gonna have to thaw out. So I might make me a smoked burger. I'm tired of the same old food. I think I said that the last show. I'm tired of the same old food, the same old food, the same old food. I'm trying to use different sauces, different seasonings, So I'm tired of beef, chicken, fish, and then pork. Beef, chicken. And I want to do lamb, but I can't get past the gamey taste. What else is there? Duck? Duck is good. Duck is good. What else is there? I'm sick of the same old shit. Oh well. You know what? I forgot. I probably can't even taste the shit anyway. Because my taste buds is gone because it's this migraine. So fucking irritating. But y'all know I am greedy. And to eat and get tasted, that is torture. That is some bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. Alright, y'all. I'm out of here. Like I said, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button. Make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't. Go to TONAJE Astrology. Subscribe there. Check out some videos. I got a lot of celebrity readings that I've done. I've done a couple readings that I've done. Also, go check out my website, TONAJE Astrology. Sign up for the mailing list, get on the roster of information. When I drop a blog, people over there are the first ones to know. And y'all let me know what y'all think about the blogs too. There's room to comment. There's room to give me a little heart. So show me some love. Show me some love. All right. And for those who want to show me some financial love, you can cash at me at $TONAJE Astrology. Also, I also have a buy me a cup of coffee. It is TONAJE Astrology as well. So I'm also on Instagram and X. I don't really post on what I should, but if you want to follow me over there, follow me over there. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Shout out to those that's listening on the replay. Salute to you all. You all have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Happy Taurus season. Happy Moon in Scorpio. And I will see y'all in the next video. Salute.